Hey, welcome to the Prospectrix podcast. Today I'm here with Liam Gold. This is my first virtual interview. How are you doing, Liam?
I'm good, dude. I mean, it's a beautiful day. I'm out
Mhm.
here in Knoxville right now. You know, it's the weather's a little bit whack. Like I'm waking up. It's like 50. It's probably like 85 out right now. So
Really?
like
Yeah.
up and down. Hello, dude.
Weather's been weird for me too. Yesterday it was all cloudy. I'm like, damn, I'm trying to see the sun. Like, what's going on?
I feel you, bro.
Okay, so my first question for you is what is your name, age, and the weight that you fight at?
I'm Liam Gold. I'm 19 years old, and my last fight was at 170. This fight, I'm going down to 155.
Wow, how's that cut been going?
It's pretty easy, man. My like 170, I had to cut like 5 pounds for, so it was too high of a weight class for me to really be fighting at anyways. I walk around. Right now after this diet, I'm walking around like between 168 and 171. So far hasn't been too bad. We'll see how it is come fight week.
How's like the diet been for you? I know for me when I wrestled, like weight cutting was always the hardest thing. So,
It's honestly, it's not too bad. I'm eating around 2,300 calories a day. So if I when I'm playing around, when I'm sticking to my food, it isn't too bad. The only difficulty is if my friends want to go get food or something, or if like we're watching a football game or something like that, and someone orders pizza, then it starts getting like, okay, I'm gonna eat this now, but I know I'm gonna be hungry later. So that's the only time it really gets difficult.
yeah, those temptations be hitting when you're out. I know exactly what you mean. Okay, so another question I have for you is for people meeting you for the first time, who is Liam Gold outside of fighting?
Outside of fighting, I'm a lot of people, man. I'd say first I'd go. I'm a student. I'm studying mechanical engineering, so that takes up a lot of my time. I'd say, you ask my friends how to describe me. They give you a bunch of different answers. I'd say most people would say I'm unique. Definitely, I think about things a little bit differently than most people. Very observant. I'm very forward and direct. I kind of just say what I mean. If I don't really believe something, I'm not gonna say it. If I say something, you better believe that I mean it.
Hmm. So you say like you're very like confrontational?
Not necessarily confrontational. I'd say I'm pretty good at diffusing situations. I've had in high school and stuff, I would kind of just be de facto security for my friends' parties and stuff. And from there was it never really came to blows. I'm pretty good at talking people down. It's so I'd say it's much less confrontational and more honest.
Hmm, that's good.
I'd say I'm a
So,
kind person, not a nice person. If that
okay.
makes
So how did you first get into martial arts? Was it jiu-jitsu? I know you trained at Kaiju MMA, or was it something else that hooked you?
Uh, yeah. So my first experience in martial arts in general was, I was a little kid. I was doing karate, but I would say and then like middle school, I did a little bit of like cardio kickboxing type thing. But I would say my real first experience with martial arts was the summer after my sophomore year of high school. I was really big into lifting. My mom, she said, "Hey, you want to try a jiu-jitsu class over at Kaiju MMA?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know what? Sounds fun because I needed some cardio. I hate running. Running's super boring." So I went and I just loved it immediately. Started with the jiu-jitsu. I added in some kickboxing, and then my introduction into MMA it was actually an accident. So on the schedule at the time, the MMA class was printed as combat jiu-jitsu, and I didn't really know what that was. So I thought it was like, okay, it's jiu-jitsu. So I showed up in my gi, and the professor Gabe Rudiger, he's like, take your gi off. It's MMA, and I was like, guess I'm doing MMA now. All right.
It's good to hear. I've been meaning to start doing MMA. I trained jiu-jitsu at Gracie Barra, the one in
Sick.
Tarzana, so those are some chill people there too. Actually, I was at the gym like a couple months ago, and then some guy, because I was wearing the Gracie Barra shirt, and he came up to me. He's like, "Yo, you roll?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Dude, you need to come to Kaiju MMA."
Hell
So
yeah.
I've heard some good things about your gym.
Yeah, dude. It's a great environment. I love it. It's always gonna be one of my homes for sure.
So What's training been like for you, like from the start to recently, and how has it shaped like your style on the mat?
Uh, Training's pretty much always been as much of it as I can get. So over at Kaiju, it's a very jiu-jitsu heavy gym. So that was me. Over the summer, I was doing new jiu-jitsu, and then back at night I'll be doing uh, one or two more jiu-jitsu classes, and then like a kickboxing class. When I was in high school, if I was getting ready for a tournament, I would do morning jiu-jitsu before school, and then I would lift, and then after school I would do more jiu-jitsu.
Oh wow.
But right now my training schedule looks like, you know, every morning I'm doing an MMA class. Then at night I'm doing an MMA class, either a kickboxing or a no-gi jiu-jitsu class, and then on my heavier days, I'm also adding in some conditioning either in the morning or at night after.
Hmm. So like you said, you're studying engineering. So how has that been like mixing in the two? Because I know those are both very heavy things to put on a schedule.
Honestly, there's good and bad things. I'd say since I'm in fight camp right now, and I can't I'm not really going out with my friends to party. I'm not like smoking or drinking or anything like that. It's kind of honestly made me have to focus on school just because I can't really like those temptations just aren't really part of my life. It's kind of I'm spending a lot of time at home studying. But it's definitely going to those morning classes, those morning training sessions definitely makes it a little bit harder to focus in class. So I've been pretty much just trying to stay focused, sipping on caffeine throughout most of the day, and just kind
Yeah.
of, you know, forcing. Same as if you're a little tired showing up to the gym or something. You gotta do an exercise. You
Got to
gotta do
show
it.
up.
You just you're there. You can't go home. You just gotta push through.
Yeah. You said you're in fight camp right now?
Yep. I'm fighting in 3 weeks.
Okay. Where are you fighting for?
So the promotion I'm fighting for, it's called All or Nothing Fights. It's gonna be in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the gym I'm fighting for right now is Knoxville Martial Arts Academy, or KMAA. They're a real big gym in Knoxville. It kind of I mean the environment's great. It kind of feels like a sized up Kaiju MMA, just like same super close knit people. Everyone there cares about each other. Everyone there is trying to make each other better every day. It's incredible.
Okay, noted. Okay, so if you were to describe your fighting style in just a couple words, what would they be?
Straightforward. Just whatever's there, I'm gonna take it. Uh, I like I I like my striking. I like my grappling a little bit more, but I like to think that I'm gonna just try to finish the fight as fast as possible. Try to control the fight. Do whatever it takes to be on the path of least resistance. I'm not gonna stand and I'm not gonna stand and strike with someone that's outstriking me just because I'm like, oh, I'm a striker.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try to out Russell some guy that you wrestled all 4 years of high school, you wrestled in college. I'm not gonna try to do that. I'm just gonna you know this is working. I'm gonna stick with it. This isn't working. I'm gonna try something else.
Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, you're Jewish, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so being a young Jewish fighter, like, do you feel like your background gives you extra drive or perspective inside and outside the cage?
I find that during times of struggle, I'll think about I'll think about either God, or I'll think about my ancestry, and just think about how much hardship the Jewish people have overcome, and just think about I got that. I kind of have that in my DNA of you know pushing through, surviving. My one of the things that I like to live by. It's a saying. It's very popular in a lot of cultures, but in Hebrew it's Gamza Yavor, which means this too shall pass. But I really try to hammer that home to myself when I'm in the gym, when I'm doing something hard. If it's a really hard conditioning day, And I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, I don't have the energy for this. Just gotta tell myself, like, this is gonna pass. It's gonna be over. Just keep doing your best. You got this.
Of course. Who are some fighters, like amateur, pro, legends, like a fighter that nobody even knows that inspire you or influence your style?
Um, and fighters that inspire me, I'll just go, all of my training partners, like every single one of them. Um, they're all right there doing the same work I am, or even doing, or even doing a little bit more than me. If they're, doesn't matter if they're tired or not. I'd say, you know, looking there and just seeing these people who are either where I am in my journey or a little bit ahead of me in my journey, doing that same shit. It's super inspiring me. I'll go. My coaches are huge
Mhm.
inspirations. Just
I've
uh,
always like thought like that too. I remember when I was wrestling, like there wasn't really like a big role model of a wrestler. It was always the people on the mat that were pushing me the most.
yeah,
So I understand exactly what you mean.
yeah, man, 100%. I mean, I feel like it's always cool to look to some person who's famous, super well known that you don't know, and be like, I want to be like that one day. But
Mhm.
when you have that real connection, when you know that person, when you even if it's you're not always going to be able to, but if you're able to understand who they are and kind of either find common ground or find things about them that you enjoy and you want to be like, it really personalizes it. It makes it seem doable. We can all say like, yeah, man, I want to be like GSP. I want to be like Demetrius Johnson. I want to be like John Jones. I want to be like Anderson Silva. I want to be like Commander Nunes. I want to be like DC. But at the end of the day, like they're larger than life. It's like saying, it's like if you're it's like if you're a kid in a high school play and being like, yeah, I want to be like Leonardo DiCaprio. I want to be like Brad Pitt. It's like that's awesome, but that's just that's saying you want that's kind of more, in my opinion, saying you want the status, not saying you actually want any of the attributes.
Of course. Of course. So, what are your short-term goals right now as an amateur fighter?
Short term goals. I mean, biggest one win this fight, obviously. And my short term goals are gonna be. I mean, in the next 6 months, I wanna I want to get a couple stripes on my blue belt. That'll be pretty cool. I want to do a I want to do another fight after this one before I go home. I think I want to another MMA fight. Let me clarify, because I also really want to do I want to do a jiu-jitsu tournament and a kickboxing fight as well. I want to get experience,
Yeah,
get experience, get out there, get skill, just improve myself. And I want to get an A in all my classes as well.
that's good. It must be hard though. Engineering's hard.
I
It's a
mean,
hard
it's
major,
tough,
right?
but yeah, it's tough, but I think same as anything, just lock in, gotta get it done. At the end of the day, if I'm struggling with my work, at least I can say, well, I'm not getting punched in the face right now. It could be worse.
Of course. Okay, so where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? Do you want to go pro? And what's the dream organization?
I mean, it's a big question. I feel like you ask anybody, they're obviously, you get if you're gonna if you have someone sit down and say they're from the future and just be like, hey, you want, like, you're gonna be in the UFC. I'm gonna obviously, I mean, that's the dream.
Yeah.
But in terms of actual goals that are a little more, a little more bite size, a little more, I would say, even controllable, just with how many, there's so many guys out there right now. It's just a matter of, you could be the best fighter in the world, but if Dana White doesn't see you, then it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna say my goal is to my goals the next couple of years is to compete consistently and get as skilled as possible. I want to be in a I want to be in a position where at the end of my college career, in about in just shy of 3 years, I want to have, I want to have between 6 and 10 amateur fights under my belt and be in a position where you know if going pro is in the cards, I want that to be on the table. I want to make it be in the cards and control. I want to control every factor I can control.
Of course. If fans can take one thing away from you after this interview, what would you want it to be?
I'd say be kind. In all honesty, like say, I mean, I could say so many things, but this is it's a really, unfortunately, it's a really fucked up world we live in, and we're not always gonna be able to fix the big issues, but if you can, I think if everyone tries to, not even one person a day, but they try to help out one person a week, even just a little bit, then we can all make the world a better place. And that's something I got to work on too. But just yeah, man, be kind, and then I would add stay informed. Yeah, don't do research. Don't just fall for whatever Instagram clickbait's there.
Of course.
Make sure you have information before you make a decision.
Okay, so do you have a walkout song? And if so, why'd you choose it?
Yeah, so my walkout song is Mishama Amin by Eyal Golan. It's a Hebrew song, and I chose it for a couple reasons. First off, I really like the song. It's energetic, it's upbeat. It has a like strong intro of people chanting, which the translation of the chanting is the main thing to remember is not to be afraid. Don't like kind of just putting that out there, letting myself know. Don't be afraid. Go in there. And then the title of the song, Mishama Amin, is He Who Believes. So it's a reminder of myself. Have faith in myself. Have faith in God. Have faith in the process, the work I've done.
Of course. Okay, so outside of fighting, outside of school, what is something people would be just surprised to know you're into? Like when it comes to like hobbies and activities.
Um, I love being outdoors. I really like fishing a lot. I've been right now.
Fishing.
I've been super busy. Haven't had a lot of chances to do it, but I mean, I really love going fishing. I think it's really peaceful, being outside in nature. Um, Other things I really like music. I play I play the saxophone. I'm learning how to play bass guitar. I
Wow.
when I'm not in camp, I like going to karaoke with my friends. I can't sing very well, but I still go out there. It's mainly about having fun. And, and no one else there can sing well either, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So you say like you like music a lot. Do you like underground music?
Yeah,
That's my
yeah.
favorite.
I'd say I don't know. When people ask like what kind of music I like, I always just say I just like music. I think each genre has good things, and it has. If you can't find a good song in almost every genre, that I think that's more of a personal problem than like a genre issue.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you got like underground recommendations?
Oh, you know, for now, like if you're not tapped in, all you gotta do is listen to like the top five. And that's like Xavier So Based, Che, probably Netspend Osama Sun, and then Nine Vicious. I mean, even though Nine Vicious had the talking to, so he had allegations of like talking to a underage girl, but I ain't gonna lie, his music is still hard. So
Hey man, you know what? Even at the height of the controversy, I was still bumping Kanye West. So
yeah, of course, of course.
exactly, bro. He's Kanye.
So if you weren't in MMA, what do you think you'd be doing right now?
Probably smoking weed. Like in all honesty, just yeah, I'd just be probably lifting, doing my schoolwork, and just like popping over to a friend's house and smoking in places when it's legal. I of course would never want to break the state laws of Tennessee. You know.
Okay, so my last question for you today. So, Prospectrix is a platform to give exposure on unseen athletes and prospects and for the viewers and consumers to invest in them. What would their investment mean to you as a fighter?
It would just like every person that supports me helps push me a little bit farther, helps me push that a little bit harder. I remember my first fight. I got put in a guillotine, and it was tight, and it was the thought crossed my mind like you could tap out and it all ends. And I remember just looking out, looking through the cage, and I saw my friends that come to support me, and I was thinking like these people came to support me. I have more friends watching me online. I have even more friends that are gonna see this on Instagram. You know, people that I care about, people that care about me. And they didn't come here to see me like tap out to a three quarters tight guillotine.
Of course.
Every single person that supports me, every single person that invests in my journey, that maybe I'm even an inspiration to. I'm sure it's not a lot, but I've met a couple people just walking around campus who have told me that they really they see how hard I'm working, and they really makes them want to work hard and improve themselves. And it kind of goes back to being kind, and the more people that see me, the more people that maybe I'm able to help them out a little bit. Maybe I'm able to show them that maybe I'm able to show them it's gonna be okay. And just the thought of, I guess if I could put in a sentence, the thought of maybe every extra person watching me overcome my struggle, I can maybe help them overcome theirs.
Of course. Okay, well, thank you so much for your time. Good luck on your training camp for your next fight. I hope to see it. I hope to see you perform well. Thank you so much, Liam Gold.
Of course.
And also, next time you're in California, I have a studio game set up. Come by. We'll do an in-person interview. Look over your fight. Look over your next fight. Get some good content.
Hey, you have a great day, man. Everyone
Hey,
watching,
you
you have a
too.
great day too.